water at all. Cheese bud.
Can I take one? What day's today?
It's recording.
Okay, hi guys. Today's Tuesday, the what? The 17th. We're picking apples at a apple farm, and we're about to go out of this maze. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to go get wine saps. Super hard.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome back to Spoonful of Jelly. And today I wanted to talk about the joy of picking your own apples, coming home, and putting things up for the winter. My family takes an annual trip to an apple orchard. We've been doing this well before we even had a child. Matter of fact, I grew up going to the apple orchard every single year. The difference is now we make sure that we have a half a bushel to a bushel of apples every single year. I'll be making applesauce. That's what I'm carving these apples for now. Then we will move on to apple pie mix. A lot of the apples will be for fresh eating, where I'll keep in the refrigerator. And then we'll get another half a bushel before we head into the winter months. Apples are very fun to keep on deck. It's a fun treat. You can do so much with it. If you have pie crust, if you have granola, if you have arboreal rice, you could do a lot with apples. So today we're going to get some applesauce down into a crock pot. That way it can cook low and slow for 4 hours. I can go about my day, and then tonight I could go ahead and can it up. If you love flavored applesauce, this is an awesome way to get it done, because towards the end you can throw in fruit that has been frozen by yourself or by the store to give it a fun taste, such as peaches, strawberries, even blueberry applesauce is pretty good. So right now we're going to go ahead and cut up some more apples. Alright, so I got 8 large apples in here. I actually have a little bit more room for maybe 2 more apples. I'll check to see if I can get them in. There'll be 10. And then the cores of those apples aren't going to waste. We're going to turn that into apple cider vinegar. I was finally successful with that this last fall. It took 2 years to get it right. So don't give up on the concept. But it turns out lovely, and we were able to add it to salad dressings and meat marinades this summer. So definitely going to give that a go. I'm going to go ahead and put this on low and let the applesauce cook low and slow.
And where, Mama, you at? And where you at, Mama?
4 hours is all completed, and now I'm just taking the time to stir it up. Bless you. And that is causing it all to break up. So if you wanted cinnamon, you could add a cinnamon stick prior. If not, you could sprinkle cinnamon in it now. If you wanted a flavor such as peaches, you can blend that in. This is as smooth as we like it. We don't like it super liquidy.
too. Like I ain't gonna eat.
Okay. I got the appropriate amount of water in the canner. This is my pressure canner, but I went ahead and filled it up to cover the quart size jars. I got it on high right now. Warm food into warm jars into a warm canner. Do not forget that ratio, guys. I'm gonna start the morning off with some fried apples. I leave the skin on because I taught my son very early to eat apples with their skin on. They're just sauteing in some butter. You see it all down there. And sprinkled on top is cinnamon sugar. You can make your own mix or you can pre-buy mix. Very simple breakfast. Today we're going to definitely get these apples peeled with this peeler I got from Mom. There's the apples down there. So pretty much all the green ones are going to get peeled into apple pie mix and get that jarred up. And then the rest of the red we're going to eat as snacks. So I'll get those in the fridge. The applesauce that I made turned out beautifully. I'm going to go ahead and get these labeled so I know, because I had peach sauce on the shelf and pear sauce. I want to make sure it don't confuse them when I go to open them, which I think it'll be a nice surprise, except for if I was looking to make something. Okay, so I got my setup. I got the apples I'm going to cut up, my bowl of lemon water, and I have my apple peeler plugged in. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Wow. Let me see his fangs or his teeth.
That's his fangs.
Oh, you and Papa did a wonderful job. This is very therapeutic to just sit here and peel apples, cut them up. I can listen to music. But right now I'm listening to my husband and my son play outside, right outside the doors. Listening to them giggle about their game they're playing. Both of them love apple pie. I think they both love pie and cakes. And anytime I make anything from scratch. And for the most part, by them being gluten-free and dairy-free, I have to do as much from scratch. Which I don't mind because my mother and my grandmother cooked from scratch. It was what I was taught. I didn't even know it was referred to as cooking from scratch until I got to college. And, until I got to college and a couple of friends and I went to the grocery store so that we can stock our little apartment that we lived in. And I bought all kind of fresh everything. And they looked at me like, are you seriously gonna buy all that? And they were like, what are you doing? Come over here. And that was the first time I ever had hamburger helper. Was in college. My mom said that she made it or purchased it like once or twice before. I don't recall ever eating anything similar to that. And she said she was guessing with that thought. She guessed we had it before. So, nope. I finally got in that kitchen and cooked. I think it also helped. The reason why I didn't eat that way is because I also had a father that cooked. My dad will grill and barbecue. He knew how to bake. His mother taught him, so he just carried that right into the household. And it's probably why my brother can cook also, because it's not just one person's domain. Everybody has to eat. But one of the benefits and joys of sitting around baking and cooking that at least I love is the stories. It was story time growing up, especially near apple jam making time or peach, any kind of jam making. What's the stories? Tough apples. These apples did not get a chance to kind of go soft because I pulled them from the tree and brought them to my home. I didn't have to worry about shipments or anything like that. But growing up, when it was jam making time, you heard all kind of stories. Stories about what somebody did at the school dance or a holiday, or how so-and-so met someone. You stuck around long enough, you might hear an embarrassment story. You might hear one about yourself when you totally forgot. And I really love that part of being around family, especially since all of us know how to make jam, even though I have cousins that prefer not to make it. And I'm in the kitchen. They have been around at least to see the process before, but I'm the main jam maker of the family. And obviously I'm the main canner too, because I'm canning other things the family is asking for, including this apple pie mix that I'm making right now. Another generational dish going out to the family. So let me bring you in. So I got the apples peeled up on this side, and then I'm putting skins and cores in here. My apple peeler, it did okay. I'm still trying to take off the tops and bottoms so I can get as much of the flesh as possible. And so this is going to turn into apple scrap vinegar. I do not make apple scrap jelly because we make an apple pie jelly. All right, so this bowl is full. I believe this is a 6-quart. It's at the bottom, so I can't even show you. These are the only 3 pills I cannot get in that jar. Don't worry, I have another jar I can use. Let's come over here to the stove. So I already have my cinnamon and nutmeg, sugar, and our starch mix in here. I'll show you exactly which one we use. So maybe I bought this about 4 years ago. Still works, still good. So I made peach pie mix with it this summer, and now we're on to apple. Sorry guys. So we're on apple, so that's in here also, along with our seasoning. Now we're going to add some water. I do not have apple cider available, which will be another thing you can add. I just have water today. And I've made it with both apple cider and water. Just apple cider will be much more flavorful. So I'm going to go ahead and let these apples warm through for a few moments, not much, maybe 2 minutes at the most. I do not want them to boil in that liquid because it will make the apples soft and they already have to go in water bath canner. So, or go in the canner. So I want to make sure that they just warm through before I get them in the jars. I'm going to show you here. I learned this trick the very first year. When you can any kind of pie mix with starch, you see how it indents? You want to stop right at the indent. So I try my best to put as many apples in there as possible versus the mix, because that mix will expand upon heating like it's doing right now, and it'll fill this jar up to this first ring here, almost a full inch of expansion, because that mix has cornstarch in it. It's actually a derivative of cornstarch, and it will allow the mix to expand in the jar if you leave that space. If you fill it up here, that's 1 inch space that it can expand will be your tippy top of the jar, and actually push the lid up. Do not do that. Stop down here at the I don't know what you call that, maybe the bridge or the hump of the jar. I want to go ahead and show you guys my trick. Foil between the pot and the jars. That way if anything drips down, it could fall right on here and I can get it up much easier than scraping my counters after that. Alright, let's get this all jarred up. Alright, so I debubbled. Wiped the lids very well, guys. And then I'm gonna get this in. Water's boiling. You probably see they have cooled down, guys, so it's time to get them out the can. You see what I mean? Get that. See how they have risen up? The actual sauce in the top of the jar has risen up a little higher. Yes, that's due to the expansion of the starches. This one does not have corn sauce in it, but I wrote on the lid and then didn't need it. So I will rewrite over it if I need to. I mean, it's obvious what it is. And there you go, guys. There you have it. That is about, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 quarts of apple pie mix. These 3 small ones in the front are going to my mother, and the 4 big in the back will stay here in my house. This is big enough for a about an 8-inch pie. My mom uses these 3 in the front to make mini pies, and I believe her mini pie dish is about 1 inch deep and about 3 or 4 inches across. So she will definitely use this to make 2 pies, one for her and my father. But there you go. Well, guys, I'm absolutely beat tired after all that apple making for the last few days. And we still have some more apples left that I plan on making apple pie jam with. The apple pie, yeah, apple pie jam. But until then, I think I'm going to take a break and handle some root veg, for example, a cabbage that we are able to pick up from the farmer's market. Stay tuned because we have one last farmer market trip for our weekly place we go to, and then we have about 3 or 4 more weeks left of the farmer's stand that we go to. So stay tuned, all that we pick up and put on our shelves to enjoy this winter. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.